we finally gotten here. We finally got to the weekend where movies like Hustlers came out. The movie that the critics all popped up. And all called a masterpiece, but nobody really cared about the movie on Blu-ray. Here, Hustlers is just another example of a movie that made $100 million at the box office and it's not selling on Blu-ray. Which home media sales really tell the legs and the legacy of a movie, okay? Because really what people will be saying from 2 to 3 years from now was, how do you remember the movie 4 or 5 or even 10 years from now? Like, for example, Inception is now considered a classic, okay? That came out 10 years ago, and it did pretty well at the box office. But it seems that some movies, even though they do well at the box office, are not remembered as well. And it just seems that that's how Hustlers is. Nobody cares about this movie, okay? And of course you can say, but it came on the same weekend as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it's chapter 2. But again, the critics called Hustlers the best movie of the year, and no one's buying it. It's the same repeated thing like a Booksmart and Us. 2 other movies that the critics called masterpieces, but no one really bought them, okay? The movie that the critics call masterpieces, no one buys, okay? The movie that they call masterpieces and they pop up, no one buys. Hustlers is another example. So the number 1 and number 2 movies were no surprises here. It's Chapter 2 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't really selling on DVD, surprisingly. And if you go on to Blu-ray sales, the Blu-ray sales for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's almost equal with It's Chapter 2. But obviously it's not really selling on DVD. And look at those Hustlers sales. No one's buying that movie, okay? And people say, oh, Hustlers is such an amazing movie, but no one's buying it. No one's buying Hustlers, okay? And now we're done, and here's the funny thing. Hustlers sold less copies than Game of Thrones Season 8. Yes, even Game of Thrones Season 8 sold more copies than Hustlers. And will probably sell more lifetime copies than Hustlers as a whole. Angel Has Fallen has sold 737,000 copies, which is pretty good for a movie that the critics called generic trash. It's selling pretty well. It has passed 737,000 copies, which is pretty good for that movie. Toy Story 4 sold $2.7 million copies for a movie that isn't even that great. Of course, all the Disney logo fanboys have liked to disagree with me. Next is Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw. One of the most overrated franchises in the face of the planet. They'll probably continue making this until the end of time. But Universal will probably continue milking this entire franchise until the end of time, because it's just like Star Wars. It'll make another one, and it'll still make a ton of money either way. Next is Elf. That's a holiday movie. The Lion King, the remake of Lion King. Surprised the people are still buying that. Obviously, all the Disney audience is buying it for the kids for Christmas and stuff. Same thing with Aladdin. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch that is selling pretty well now. Endgame is now pretty high up on the list. Spider-Man Far From Home, John Wick Chapter 3 is at 2.3 million copies. So I don't think Aladdin's going to outsell John Wick 3. John Wick 3 is going to have better legs than Aladdin. Dora and the Rossi of Gold has been up. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle because the next level came out. How to Train Your Dragon, a lot of, kids movies are up here. How to Train Your Dragon, there's a lot of, kids movies. Frozen 2, Jumanji's not a kids movie, and Endgame, and all the superhero movies. And John Wick is definitely not a kids movie. But yeah, Dark Phoenix, for some reason people are buying that. Good Boys is now on here because I bet parents are being tricked into buying that movie because it has kids on the cover. Even though it's just like South Park, it's not for kids. So yeah, but Hustlers is the real loser out of this week, okay? The real loser out of all the new movies this week was Hustlers. And it's just ever since this movie came out on Blu-ray, I was making fun of it. No one's buying this movie on Blu-ray, and now the numbers prove it. The home video sales prove it. Just like Booksmart, no one is buying it. Just like Midsummer, no one went out to go see it. Okay, Hustlers is a movie that no one's gonna remember very fondly, besides the SDWs and the 5 people on Twitter. So yeah, Hustlers is a box office success that no one bought on Blu-ray or DVD. So that's basically it. Goodbye.